Hey friends, so I heard back for the dust test for the trailer, and it in fact does have one type of water damage, mold. So that is not a safe purchase for me, unfortunately. And I'm just kind of at the point that I'm ready to live in a fucking winter tent in the Oregon snow. I am just done giving a fuck about it all. I'm stressed the fuck out, and it's rational to feel stressed out. And at the same time, like, the thoughts of finding a mold-free home in this town is, gotta me in the negative Nellies vibe. Being a spiritual lady, though, that's very thoughts become things, you attract what you are, etc., right? So I've been like, okay, let me just take a step back, let me recalibrate my life, let me reassess my emotional situation here, because it's over the top. And I've been revisiting a lot of oh gosh, I'm gonna totally butcher her name, Helena Blavatsky. I can't. I'll have to figure it out and put it in the comments below or some shit like that. She's like a Russian lady from like the 1930s who was one of the great metaphysicians of her time and still is until this day. Anyways, I've been revisiting a lot of her stuff and just reevaluating my emotional state based off of her teachings. So I'm just trying to reground myself, recenter myself. I've decided last week that I needed to have therapy every week, so I'm going to be in therapy every week moving forward. I'm on week 3 of my intermittent fasting. I started my period this week, so next week will be week 4, and I'm only down 1 more pound. So let's see what happens next week, because stress, hormones, still being exposed to mold, there's only so much my body can actually do when it's, getting attacked. Also, I didn't do castor oil packing this last week because I thought, I have 2 days of regular bowel movements, I could do this by myself. No. Also, I didn't have enough vegetables last week, so I need to be more diligent. On the plus side, I will say that I have been doing like 20 plus hours of fasting, so that's great, because that means on a cellular level I'm healing my body, I'm regenerating cellularly, I'm giving my organs a break, and the inflammation in my body is going down, so that's a plus. Also, we're burning fat, and that's what we want, because mold will store in fat. So even though I'm still in the mold situation, there's that. Also, I work for myself and I make my own money, and I don't pay myself on payroll, so my taxes, because I have so many deductions, it looks like I make no money. So a bank doesn't want to give me a loan by myself, even though I make almost like $90,000 a year before deductions, right? So that's fun. I'm going to have to pivot for that next year moving forward and put myself on payroll, bite the bullet, pay into taxes early on, save for taxes, and still do deductions. So next year is going to be an interesting business year for myself, though my plan is to have all of my bills under $1,000 a month. So that's super doable. I don't spend money like anything. I don't really go out and do anything. So yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm just saving money so that way I could remediate the house. I'm estimating about $30K, and I'm thinking, like, if I was going to spend, fucking almost, let's just call it $1,600 a month for rent and utilities, right? Like, I'm slow at math, so that's gonna be, let me count here, because give me a second. That's gonna be $19,200, almost $20,000 that I would be spending in rent, and I'm estimating about $30K, if I counted right, like we're going to call that 20, 15, 20, yeah, about 30K for the things that I know needs to be remediated for the mold. And I might as well just save all of that for the remediation. And if I'm able to hire somebody into my business, which I have a few different spots open for different business practitioners to work with me, and they're fully booked, I can definitely be saving that up fast. So I don't know. I have a lot of different avenues, and I just feel really overwhelmed, and I just really need to take a step back and reground myself and think about this more on an energetic level, emotional level, and a mentalism level, because those are the things that I'm into, right? Like, those are the things that I enjoy. Those are the things that bring me life. And what I will say is, a couple months ago, I really felt like I was on the precipice of really understanding what people would refer to as manifestation. The law of oneness, the law of attraction, and really coming into form, verbalizing in expression my own words for what that is. And then all hell broke loose. So I don't know what necessarily happened, except for, hey, here's a challenge for you to actually put this into action and rise above and see what you could do with this, right? So yeah, that's the situation. That's what's going on. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm okay with that right now. And they say hold on tightly, but don't let go. So like, I'm just holding on, but I'm not holding on too tightly, but I'm not letting go. So that way I leave enough space for the miracle to happen, and enough mental and emotional space for things to transpire and for miracles to be created. So yeah, friends. If you're on this moldy journey with me, or you are a woman who has autoimmune diseases like Hashimoto's, Epstein-Barr virus, etc., I'm right there with you, and I'm hoping that you figure out what the root cause is for you, and that you're able to remediate and remedy those things, and or take care of yourself detox wise in the meantime, if you can't, like castor oil packing, coffee enemas, whole food eating, intermittent fasting. Right now I'm doing a detox bath, and I have different things in here that I normally wouldn't put in my bath, etc., etc., etc. So all right, friends, I just wanted to check in. Happy Sunday.